Hello everyone. Today I have a pleasure to talk with Mandeep Kaur, and she is a personal freedom coach. We met together on Clubhouse a long time ago, and finally we have a chance to introduce you to our Facebook group.
Okay, so my name's Mandeep, of course. I am originally from the UK, and my parents are from the subcontinent. I have Indian heritage, and it's been a really interesting journey for me. I'm a personal freedom coach at the moment, right now, and when I was growing up, I think people who have immigrant parents really resonate with this story more than anything. I think everybody grows up with a certain amount of pressure that they are expecting from their parents, right? And I think when you are the child of immigrants, you feel that pressure so much more because you're always thinking about the sacrifices that your parents made for you to be where you are today. All of our parents made sacrifices anyway, but
Yeah.
when they've left everything that they knew to give us a better life, I really used to feel like I wanted their approval so much. I felt like I had to prove I was worthy all of the time. And I had this idea of doing, I have to do these things to please them. I have to go to university. I have to have a corporate career. I have to have a husband by a certain age. I have to have children by a certain age. And I was on the path to that. And in my late 20s, I remember one day I was looking at my bank account. I was looking at my job. I had all the things. I had a company car. I don't know why, Edward, in my head, I grew up with this idea that when you have a company car, you're successful. I don't know why. There was something about this status symbol in particular. It means you've made it if your company had given you a car. So I remember thinking, okay, I'm ticking all of these things, and I'm miserable and I'm not fulfilled. And there has got to be more to life than this. This cannot, no. This just cannot be it. The moment came when I checked my bank account balance. I remember looking at that number, thinking, wow, I've achieved this number that I've been aiming for. Mm-hmm. And I'd be like, okay, now what? I've got the number, and it means nothing. It means nothing. Am I happier now that I hit this number of money that I wanted to have? No. This is ridiculous. So I just slowly, my mindset, that was the big moment for me when my mindset started to change, and I just started thinking, no, I did everything how I was supposed to, and I'm not happy, and something has to change. So slowly I left my home. I left my career that I worked so hard to build. I left the UK, and I just started traveling the world. I was only going to go for 3 months to find myself, and that was about 3 years ago. I'm currently in the Mexican Caribbean, and I'm supporting other women who want to do the same thing, who want to break free and, stop being people pleasers. And they've always had an idea of wanting more out of their life, but they just don't know how to take that first step.
Such amazing transformation. So you used to achieve everything which most of the people wants to achieve. So have a regular job, a family, bank account with certain amount of money. You decided to move in direction to learn more about yourself.
Yeah.
You start to travel across the globe, and that was 3 years ago. Tell me, what do you do today? I know actually maybe last 2 years were not so easy to travel across the globe. So how was that for you?
Sure. So it's so interesting. End of 2019, the beginning of 2020, I was actually in Osaka, Edward. So
in Osaka, okay, very nearby me. Okay. That's why you know konnichiwa and all these things.
Yeah. And so it's so funny because the coronavirus was starting to spread at that time. And in February, I went to Indonesia, and then it was starting to spread. And I thought, okay, I need to leave. I know I'll go to Mexico because let me leave the Asia region. It was just becoming so difficult to travel. And yes, naive Mandeep, I thought I could come to Mexico and everything would be fine. And of course, little did I know, it was going to turn out like this. I thought it would be localized to Asia, and that's obviously not what happened. And at that point, when I got here, I contacted the British Embassy, and they said to me, "You are safer in Mexico than you are in the UK." And I thought, that's when you know you need to stay. If the embassy is telling you that you shouldn't be traveling to the UK, then you listen to that. And so since last March, I've been staying in Mexico, and it's so interesting. I feel coaching wasn't something that I ever decided to do. It decided me. That doesn't make sense in English, but it was something that people were naturally asking me anyway, and it's something that just evolved and it became my calling. It was what everybody wanted to know, and so I never felt like I woke up one day and decided I'm going to become a coach. It just naturally evolved into what people were wanting support with anyway, and they saw what I was doing and felt inspired by it. So this is how this came about.
Okay, so you are now based in Mexico, and that's interesting call when you realize that your embassy, British embassy, is telling you it's more safe to stay here than go back to UK, which is, I can imagine how you felt at that time. And okay, so you realized that some call found you. So can you share how was that for you, and how did you actually, from that point of time, now you are running the business? Uh, how everything that journey, how was that for you, like a foreign country, completely new idea what you're gonna do? So please share about that transformation as well.
Sure. So originally, I think a lot of people were seeing my adventures on social media, and they were asking me, saying, "Oh, Mandeep, you're so brave. You left everything and you're traveling the world. I wish I could do that." And I used to think, but you can, right? You can. Why is this? I mean, I had my aha moment, and that just pushed me in this direction, and it got me thinking. Like, you go into Skyscanner or Expedia, you put where you want to go, you book a plane ticket. In theory, it's really simple. And I thought, well, why do so many people contact me telling me that they couldn't do it? And then I started to realize the power of mindset through this. And along that time, I started realizing what the power of travel was, in terms of the way that, in terms of finding ourselves. Because when we're in an environment, we are so in our comfort zone. We take the same route to work every single day. We're around the same people. We're so used to being told what we want that we don't ever stop to question, do I really want it? Or has someone told me I want it so many times that I just started thinking that too? And I think what I saw was the power of travel as a tool for transformation. And so it started around travel and being physically free. And then obviously when the pandemic hit, I realized people actually don't need to travel to find themselves. You can still have emotional freedom by going inwards. And so it started to become more about emotional freedom and mental freedom. And this was really interesting because I work from women in particular with heritage from South Asia, which includes India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and we have a very specific set of expectations. Everybody does, but as are quite unique. And what I started finding was I actually worked with women from Taiwan, China, and Japan as well, because although my stories were particular to my heritage, it resonated with women from all over the world. Even a woman from Russia contacted me as well. And so this is where I started realizing, okay, this is about so much more than traveling. It's about feeling free within your body, feeling free about your sexuality, feeling free emotionally, feeling free to ask for what you want. And so now this is where it's come to. Freedom, it means different things to different people. It'll mean something different to you than what it means to me, but ultimately it's a state of mind. And this is where the mindset work comes in.
Okay, I have a few questions here. So I totally understand where are you coming from, and then how you feel. Like it's not about traveling to the different continents, because even in different continents, you still can bring your boxes with you, or you
Yeah.
can be open-minded in on original place where you are. So, do you think you are just lucky because you find something which is obvious to you? So you said it's not that I found the job which I like. Actually, the job found me. Are you just lucky? And what you can say to all female who are watching from Southeast Asia globally, like how they can do the same? Because you said it's so easy and it's accessible to everyone. You just have to buy the ticket. You have just to decide that you want to live, enjoy in your body, enjoy sexuality, enjoy freedom. It sounds easy and simple, but we all know that for most of the people, it's like, it's super hard, or you are just lucky. So please share what that is, which blocking people to enjoy life.
Right. This is so interesting. You made me cringe a little bit when you said lucky, because I I feel a little bit, it doesn't sit right with me, because it's so easy for someone to look at me and say, yeah, she's lucky. And you know what? Okay, I am privileged in the sense that I was born in England, and I had an education and I went to university. So I will say privilege is something else which I completely accept that I had and I embrace and I feel grateful for. But in the sense that I was lucky because I was able to do these other things, I I resent that a little bit, if I'm honest, because I still had to make that decision. And I made a decision. And not only that, I think the key is commitment, just making the decision and really, really committing to it.
Mhm.
And this is where we sometimes we think about things and we half-ass it. And I always say, no, do it with a full ass. Don't half-ass it. And once I made that decision, I really, really committed to it. Eventually, I let go of my house in the UK. I started burning bridges, and that requires courage. So you were saying, like, what's the
Mm.
difference, right? And the difference is courage. I know that people often say, be fearless, you can do it. But honestly, Edward, I just don't think there's such thing as being fearless. You can't ever be fearless. It's such a human emotion. So I always say, have the fear, like, don't pretend you don't have it. I'm never going to pretend that I wasn't shit scared to do it. The difference was that I had the courage, right? So build the courage up, and that's the difference between being fearless and being lucky. And
Fear is coming when we are taking new steps, which we don't know how outcome is going to look like. So we actually push ourselves to go outside of the comfort zone. Great. So I'm curious. Please share how you are serving your clients today. Who is that online, offline mix? I know it's still difficult to travel. You mentioned that you have a specific target or specific demographics, women from Southeast Asia or East Asia or South Asia who can connect with you, but also from all over the world. So please share how that works, how they can find you, what kind of programs you offer, how they can enjoy with you, how you can connect with them. So please let us know about more.
sure. So I'll give you my social media links. I write a lot about the experiences that I've had and the journey that I've been through. So you can connect with me on Facebook or Instagram. And to begin with, before anything, let's just have a chat and see what you're needing, see where you're wanting to go. Things are evolving all of the time. So I mainly do one-on-one coaching, but I'm starting to run women's circles online. And when the borders open up, I want to be running retreats over here in Mexico. It's just such a paradise here, and I would really love to bring women over so they can experience coming out of their comfort zone physically, but also spending one-on-one time with them. But I'm happy to hear from anybody, and even if I have a chat with you for 20 minutes and I support you through something that you're going through, then this is all we need to have.
Do you have any kind of case study, showcase what kind of transformation people who want to connect with you can achieve, and how that transformation looks like?
This is really interesting. It's so what I've been doing so far is so tailored to the individual. I would say that people come to me with a specific problem about relationships or career or wealth, and the work that we do is at a soul level, and it's around how to move the energy around, because once you shifted the mindset and once you've shifted your energy, then it affects all areas of your life, right? Like we tend to think of like love, wealth, relationships, all of these as separate parts of your life, but it just doesn't. So for example, if we use an example of setting boundaries, right? Well, once you have the energy and you have the confidence to hold really strong boundaries and love yourself and have respect, like self-respect, self-worth, then once you learn that skill, it's going to quantum leap you in every single part of your life, which is going to give you quicker results. So this can be done through meditations, through journaling exercises, even just when I'm talking to someone and I can see a gap in their perspective that they haven't been able to see, then we solve that problem really quickly. As you know, Edward, like shifts can happen so quickly just from one conversation and me saying, did you think of it that way? Oh, no.
And Mandy, what is your favorite way of relaxation? How do you relax yourself?
Okay, there are loads of things that you can do to relax yourself, and I know we haven't mentioned this, but the first time that Edward and I connected, we had a conversation about launching a certain set of products. Do you remember what that was, Edward?
Yes, I remember very well. That was a very interesting discussion. I also think Nina was who actually connected us on the Clubhouse. We had a chat. Yeah. So yeah, of course I remember. Yeah. That's so. How is your project going on right now? Can you share more? Something
That's
I think it's
right.
interesting.
It is really interesting. So something that a lot of us in the world, but Southeast Asians in particular, really suffer from is body shame and shame around sex. And I always find it so ironic that the countries that invented the Kama Sutra that celebrates sex have so much shame and stigma around it. It doesn't make any sense. And Edward, I remember you saying, how can it be that the energy which brings us into the world is so looked down upon and stigmatized?
Totally.
And so
and unfortunately, nothing changed from that time. It's the same.
Exactly. And so having the idea of having sex toys to celebrate sexual freedom and getting to know ourselves in that way and self-loving in that way and relaxing in that way is one of my favorites. Like, what are the ways there to surrender and relax, right? You have to be present when you're using something like that. So
I also remember you mentioned that there is some project which might happen in the future. Do you want to announce that right now, or when time is come, when you are ready to announce?
I think so. It's something that's definitely happening. It'll be a matter of time, but I will be launching a line of sex toys in the future.
Thank you so much for sharing your story, for sharing your transformation, and for giving yourself permission to enjoy in yourself and to practice self-love. And I think that's a very healthy habit which we all have to practice more, because that's just enough. As you said, that's the most important rituals, that we have that self-love, because then that will change everything what we do. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking the risk to have this chat, although you have a hurricane yesterday. And I hope everything will be okay. And looking forward to see how women from all over the world will connect with you, enjoy together. And I also want to see you in Japan next time when you will be able to come here. Please let me know. We can grab some good food, Japanese food, and discuss about everything you just shared with us today. Thank you so much. And guys, for all of you who enjoyed the video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please connect with Mandeep on her social media channels and practice self love. What else I can say?
Yes, thank you.